Our Who Asked You boys are in the house. Here's the poll question. You've heard it, seen it. I don't know whether you like it, but it draws some thought. Who's most responsible for them being 4-2? And you interpret it the way you want. We get the head coach, you get the offensive coordinator, you get the D coordinator, you get the owner out of all of this. Doug, I'll start with you.
You know, first of all, mad props on the question. Great question. But I think, to me, I think it's Gruden. Just because I think this team could easily be 5-1 or 6-0 based on how we've played. Even today, we had a chance to put them away early, and we just quit.
Hold it. Wait a minute. We're starting with Doug Pelfrey
he's
on
going
negative. He's going negative.
Wow.
You're saying Jay Gruden is responsible for a poor offense?
At the same time, I think he can. I don't see anybody going up the middle of the field. I don't see us stretching the field. I see us going right to left a lot. I want to see us go down the field. At the same time, I think he's a big part of why we're 4-2, because I think he's actually run some. He run a good offense, got some good players, and I just think we could be making better use of the talent we have.
All right, and your choice is?
Can I go with Lady Luck? Because Lady Luck's helped them a little bit in some games. I mean, they've gotten a handful of bounces, they've got a handful of breaks. That being said, I'm going to go Marvin from a personnel standpoint, not from just a pure coaching standpoint. If he has a hand in personnel, which I believe he does, I think they've done a good job getting the right personnel in a lot of places.
Are you saying that they've been patient enough to wait on the ones, or that they have done the moves more recently that have made that happen?
Both. I mean, they've gotten guys off the scrap heap, and they've done a good job through the draft. I mean, they've done some of that. I know you can credit Mike Brown for that. I'm sorry that I can't do that. I refuse to do that because I really think Marvin has a huge hand in that.
All right, let's go back to the offense after you talk about Jay Gruden. And Andy Dalton has a nice day, his highest quarterback rating that he has had so far this season, and he uses an array of weapons finally today with 8 guys that he hits. Are you seeing any progress?
I think Andy Dalton, like we've said, is a fine quarterback. He just needs to throw on time. I think a lot of times he gets happy feet back there and just kind of, just throw the ball away instead of taking the sacks. But other than that, I think Dalton played well. Like I said, I really want to see guys up the middle of the field. I would really run, Eifert and Gresham more up the middle and make them guard one of them and throw it up high.
You're not seeing enough tight end.
I'm not seeing enough tight end up the middle. That's why we got 2 really good ones.
Where are you?
The funny part was I think Andy Dalton today threw for 7 yards, and the receivers ran for 293 after they caught the ball. But they did a good job of getting it out of his hands. And I think that's to Doug's point. I think they want to get it out of his hands as quickly as possible and let some people make plays, and they did a good job of that today. He also made some good throws. The touchdown to A.J. Green was a really, really good throw. He's a good quarterback, folks. He really and truly is.
All right, lay off Andy Dalton at this point. Is there some concern about this defense at this point? This defense gives off an awful lot to Thad Lewis today.
I'm going to jump in on that one. No, not at all, because they're banged up a little bit. I think you're concerned with the banged up portion of it. And as much as I like Mike Zimmer, and he did a great job last week, the 2 blitz calls were moronic. To have Carlos Dunlap in man coverage on a tight end was stupid. And then to have Terrence Newman banged up in man coverage at the end of the game was not very smart either. And he's a smart enough guy to look back and go, you know what? That wasn't too swift on my part.
So some simple mistakes, you're not concerned?
No, not at all.
Overall, are you?
Overall, I'm not concerned about our defense. I think we're strong. It's so fun to watch our defense just pin their ears back and go to the quarterback. We get there a lot. I think, I think Geno's been a little quiet, but he's still doing some quiet things. I think Pecco's done a really nice job. Guys like Gilberry and even Brandon Thompson did a nice job. So, I think our D-line is definitely the strength of our defense. I think we're putting some pressure on. We've got to continue to do that. We also got to be able to, put the hammer down and not let them go there that second half.
They controlled this game. They let the Bills back in at some point. Is this another one of those NFL on any given Sunday and at any given moment? What does it mean that they won their first road victory?
It's actually, again, I think the loss would have been just catastrophic to some degree. The fact they got the win was huge, just because then you're going to Detroit next week, and that could have turned you to 3-4, and it could have really been a downhill spiral, to be honest with you. So to get that win, that's all that matters on Sundays in the NFL, or Mondays or Thursdays or Wednesdays or whenever the heck you play.
Are you in the same boat?
I am. This is a race to 11 games. We got to win 11 games, get to the playoffs, and see what we do.
Very quickly, win or lose next week?
We win.
And you?
They take the L.
What?
Oh my goodness!
Detroit's good. Detroit's a good football team.
Hammer 'em.
All right.